Hello everyone, and happy almost Memorial Day. I wanted to show you guys some test hands involving that list I posted the other day that covers the new Red Eyes Errata. It's sad, but we can't abuse him like 5 times on our first turn. So, that's like first world Yu-Gi-Oh problems, I guess. My Red Eyes only works once now. Anyway, this list goes over what I think the best way moving forward is, and unfortunately that's cutting Gamma Seal, I think. So, just to be a bit more careful with our few resources that we have now when it comes to extending after we get that Ningirsu Draw 3. I still aim to get the Ningirsu Draw 3. I think it's what makes this deck cool. It's what I like optimizing for. So let's do some hands, and I'll show you guys how the combos have changed. There aren't a whole lot of changes, just a little bit, but there are a few key points I would like to highlight if they come up. I don't know what's going to come up, but I'm sure some of it will be different than old videos. So as always, I'll do my best to explain my choices, and we'll see what happens. All right, that's a good shuffle. We got Die, Venus, Beckoned, Lilybell, and Monstrosity. Well, we drew Venus, but we also drew Lilybell, which means we need an extender. Fortunately, we have Unexpected Die here. So let's go ahead and use Unexpected Die. And we'll grab us, I would normally use Beckoned here, but we also drew it. So let's get Happy Lover. And we'll keep Chosen in there for Emergency Teleport. Also, it's really fun to use Unexpected Die and say I special summon Happy Lover in defense mode. Anyway, let's normal summon our Venus and get out our 3 Shine Balls. A 1, a 2, a 3. Kids from the 90s will know what commercial that is. Anyway, we're going to link these guys off into our Union Carrier. I'll make sure you guys can see it by pushing those guys down. That looks good. All right, Union Carrier is going to target our Shine Ball and equip us an Eva once I find it. There, Eva. Be sure and put it in this column to taunt the Mech Knight players. And we're going to link off that Shine Ball into an Imduk. Eva will, of course, activate, banishing Venus and a Shine Ball. And we're going to search for a Lee. And normally I would go Lilybell here because it's an extender we need. But we already accounted for that, so we can just go ahead and search a Herald. And now if they haven't Nibiru'd us yet, well, that's not going to work anymore because we have these guys. Awesome, hand trap protection. It's what's for dinner. Anyway, let's take these 2 monsters of different types and attributes and summon out our Ebe. Next up, Imduk activates Engrave, as all World Chalice links do, which allows you to special summon a World Chalice name from hand. We're going to get the Lee we searched, and with the Lee, we will search out the Cup. There he is, Trusty Cup. And, well, we need to summon him, so let's take this normal monster that we Unexpected Died out into Imduk, which will give us a special World Chalice only normal summon. We'll tribute out that Union Carrier since we can't link it off. And then we get to do a link 2. 2 World Chalice monsters to make Aurum. And World Chalice activates Engrave, getting us 2 more World Chalice monsters. Let's go with 2 Guardragons. What a messy graveyard. Sorry, I gotta fix that OCD like that. Anyway, I never fan graveyards out either. I always like to keep my graveyard in the stack, but that's neither here nor there. First change in the combo from last time. I like making Masquerena here now. because Masquerano specifically requires 2 non-link monsters, and I just find it's easier to use it right there where it's super free, as opposed to later when my board's just completely covered in link monsters. So that's the first change. It's not major. You could also summon Leeb there if you wanted, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I'll show you why later. Next up, we got our Elpy, who's going to get the newly nerfed, but still very good, Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I also really like the new artwork, so I guess I'm sort of excited for that. Anyway, he's going to special summon out our Imduk, and we're locked into only dragons right now, but we can always get rid of that by sending it to Grave's Cost to add Lee back to hand. And we also need to activate World Chalice Guardragon. You can banish it to special summon out a normal monster in defense mode. If you're short on Happy Lovers, you can also summon a Shine Ball there. And you can link that off into another Eve, because those are also different types and attributes. Next, we're going to take 2 link monsters and turn them into an Ngirsu. Ngirsu's mandatory chain link 1 effect will activate, and we can chain Eve to it to chain block. Not that it matters, they would have probably used a hand trap by now. But we can summon out that Lee that we added back, and that's 3 monsters that Ngirsu points to with World Chalice in their name. So we get to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. More unexpected die. Just what I wanted. Alright. Next up, Orum's going to tribute Lee. It lets us special summon anything we want from our grave. We used to summon Red Eyes because it could just summon out another dragon. But now we only have 1 Saryuja, so we don't really care what we do with our Pisty, and we can only use Red Eyes once. So we're going to summon him out, and he will turn into Pisty right there. And you can use Pisty to summon that banished Guardragon. Might as well do banished. Get it back in circulation. And there's your 4 monsters for your Saryuja. Right there. And Saryuja's gonna draw you 4. We got Mardark, Transmodify, Lee, and Chosen. Alright. Let's put back those 2 unexpected dies. Those aren't any good. And gosh, there's a bunch of useless stuff in here. Let's get rid of Chosen, I guess. But it doesn't matter that we have a bunch of useless stuff because we also have 2 very useful things. We have Mardark and World Legacy Monstrosity. So, back a while ago, I told you that I'm using IP here now instead of Leeb, and here's why. I've drawn an extender, like this is 3 monsters, and I only need 2 of them. But I've drawn an extender. But if you didn't draw an extender, you could just summon out any old monster, and you could use, with Saryuja of course, and you could use these 2 to make Leeb, and that's going to give you a co-link right here, and it's going to keep your IP Masquerena and Leeb Dream alive when you set Sorrows, of course. So that's why I do that now, and I make Masquerena right there. But I don't need to do that now. I get to keep the Saryuja, which will happen 90% of the time, I would say you could keep Saryuja. But we're going to summon out Mardark, and that just requires us to banish 2 normal monsters from our grave. Even if I didn't have Happy Lover, I still have another Shine Ball, so that's cool. So Mardark comes out right there, I guess, and we can activate World Legacy Monstrosity and get out Kaku and Nightmare Incarnation Idly. And those guys are going to go right into a Calamities. Just like so. And you know what? We're going to keep World Legacy Guardragon out because he has a cool attack nerf. And we're going to special summon out with Saryuja our Beckoned. What am I doing? Sorry, I just talked about this. You have to make those right there because you still want the co-link. So summon out Beckoned right there. Don't be like me. Make sure that you keep this zone free. And you're going to turn these guys. That's not what we're getting. Losing my mind. Leeb. Leeb's what we're getting. And we used our monstrosity. All right. So now here's our board. Of course, we're going to activate Lee and set our counter trap. So here's our ending board. We have, of course, our IP Leeb combo. If you haven't seen why I thought that that's a really good combo, just look at any of my other videos. It's super awesome. Mardark's just a gigantic beater that lowers attack by 500 per dragon, which is just one right now. Ningirsu can non-target, non-destroy, remove, and Calamities completely shuts down the monster effects for the entire turn. Doesn't matter if you sphere mode it, you're going to be completely shut out of monster effects. And we have, of course, our Herald, Negate, and Hand if we didn't get Nibiru or Ashed or anything like that. So, pretty awesome board still. You don't need Gamma Seal to make an amazing board with this deck. I just like the fact that you only need the one Saryuja summon to make the lead with the IP Masquerena. Obviously, if you don't have the Venus combo, then you can just summon out the Venus with the Saryuja and make IP Masquerena and lead that way. And of course, you're still looking for those rank 9s. But the big play is these two right here with the counter trap. True King is just extra. It's not as guaranteed as the others, so you really want to maximize the consistency of the thing that's more guaranteed. But that's the gist of the combos. I'll do one more and we'll see how it turns out. Unless it's another Venus combo, in which case I'll probably just cherry pick out some cards. That way you don't have to see another Venus combo. It just turns out that when you put 3 Venuses and 3 Transmodifies with all the level 2 Light Fairies, that mostly you're going to be ending up doing the Venus combos. But we'll see what we can get as soon as I put all this back. All right. Let's do a quick shuffle up. Probably good. Guardragon, Monstrosity, Happy Lover, Herald, and World Chalice. All right. Let's go normal Happy Lover and turn that into an Imduk. Next up, we're going to sacrifice Imduk for the World Chalice. We can do that off of our additional normal summon. And Guardragon will Imduk will activate Engrave, allowing you to special summon out your World Chalice Guardragon. We're going to link those off into an Forum. And then World Chalice activates Engrave, getting us a Lee and a Beckoned. Lee's going to activate, searching another Guardragon. Then we're going to turn this into another Imduk because we need to special summon out that Guardragon out of our hand. So let's get our Imduk out and then immediately link it off into the Ebe. Imduk's Grave effect activates again. It's not hard once per turn. And you get out your Guardragon. And then we get the trio we're also familiar with. That'll special summon out Red Eyes with Elpy. And it's very similar to before. The only real difference is you don't have Masquerena out here, and you have a bunch of live Venuses in your deck. All right, we'll send Elpy to Grave, add Lee back to hand using Lee's effect. We'll banish World Chalice Guardragon to special summon out Beckoned, and we will use Red Eyes to revive our Imduk. We'll link those two monsters into an Ebe, and we'll link these two link monsters, your Imduk and your Ebe, into a Ningirsu. Ningirsu Chainlink 1 Imduk Chainlink 2. That special summons and you draw 3 new boys. Hey, there's our Venus. Alright, Aurum will tribute the Lee and special summon out the Guardragon, and then the Guardragon turns into the other Guardragon. And then the other Guardragon revives the banished other Guardragon. Guardragons everywhere. And then you link those 4 guys into a Saryuja. And we get to draw 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, we're getting really lucky with Doriado. That's awesome. Anyway, let's put these guys back. And gosh, we do not need Italy. We can just use our Doriado. So let's go ahead and get our Venus out with Saryuja, I think. And Venus can... Actually, let's put Venus over here so that it's not in the link arrow ways. We're just going to do 2 at a time. I'll get out that. And I think we can just... Oh, no, no, no. Back up. This is where you got to be careful with space. We're actually going to have to go ahead and link those guys off. And then what I would do is I would make Masquerena with these guys. Otherwise, you're going to run out of space. We still got our co-link though. So let's check to see if we have all the attributes. There's light, earth, dark, water, wind, fire. Is that all of them? 6? Yeah, that's 6. Awesome. We have all 6 attributes engraved. We can special summon out Doriado and activate Monstrosity. Once again, if we didn't draw Monstrosity, we could have just kept that Idly we drew and special summoned it when the Saryuja was out and made calamities that way. What am I doing? I'm looking for you and you. And then we just make calamities. I don't know what Happy Lover's doing there, but we already used that. Anyway, same board pretty much. We got lucky and drew Doriado. You don't always draw that, so keep that in mind. And we even have a live Herald Negate in hand. So what I would do is I would wait until you see what they're playing, and then you can Herald Negate whatever it is, and then you can chain True King of all Calamities and declare the appropriate type so they can't activate Grave or Banished or any other effects really. And we already drew Succession, so you can search your, or Sorrow, so you can search Succession. Set that. But same board, you get the idea. That's what I'm doing with the deck moving forward. You guys can come up with any other innovations you want, of course. Be sure and let me know in the comments if you guys think of something cool. I always like reading that stuff. But other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Adios.